I come across I really like this song. And it was because, see, I get a lot of music that I like from TV shows.
Uh-huh.
And they did a really neat dance sequence to it
Uh-huh.
for a cool occasion.
Uh-huh.
This song is Tilted by Christine and the Queens.
Is that a group of people?
That's the only song I know of them. I never really looked into them. I just like this song.
Oh.
So I want to put out there, there's at the travel center up the road. It's just down from the casino. They have drums that local people have made from the Pueblo,
Oh my gosh.
right? And they're this big because I want to find a drum
Uh-huh.
that I can dance on.
Dance on.
I think it'd be really cool to be able to dance on a drum. Yeah, I think like, and but they're too small. I'd be like, I maybe, and I'm too clumsy to try and do like two next to each other. So my ankles, I got mom's bad feet. It's just so ironic. Our story is so marvelous, full of marvel. It's just her feet were bad in the beginning, and she has no pain, and my feet were good in the beginning, and now it's like Benjamin Button for our feet. It's like backwards, and Freaky Friday and all that. I mean, if people pay attention, and I love it because if I listen to people's, I can hear when I hear people's stories, I can hear the myths of all the stories that, like, even all the way back to the Greek mythology. All the stories there are no new stories on this planet. Everything that's been done has been done, and people just keep reinventing the wheel and acting like they're the first persons to think about stuff, and it's just not how it is. People are very trite. The human species are very trite. We are very redundant. I mean, yeah. So I don't know, things are changing, supposedly. I don't know, that's what I hear, but I don't believe it more when I see it. It's so weird. I look so much like my brother, and sometimes when I see in here, I see it, and it like trips me out. Yep.
How old is
He's 50.
he? He's 50?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
And he got jowls too.
I didn't realize he was a very young.
I'm 48. I'm 48. I'm starting to look old. I got the waddle from Ally McBeal. The waddle, the guy had he liked women's waddle. Is whatever. I don't know. People, it's uh uh. But yeah, I see. So that's why it's like I can't hate. I can't, because I could. I have a lot of justifiable anger there. I just have to choose to let that go too. Bless and release, eh, Ma? Because I have a propensity for anger, and I don't need more crap to be mad about. So I gotta pick and choose. What? I have an inclination. I have a natural draw to just be pissed off, like things make me mad. Yeah, so I gotta overcompensate by la la la. No, this isn't really stupid right now. Whatever. But mostly things are cool. But every now and again, you get those hiccups in life. Like, I've been trying to get, for like the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to get freaking Tucker's nails trimmed, right? Because it's like he's starting to slip around. His back end is loose, and it's getting to be imperative that he gets his nails done, and I can't do it myself. And so I I called the place, the number that I had for them, the grooming place, and it's not in service. And then from the Facebook page, it says call now. I called there, and that number isn't in service. And I sent messages. I've made posts. I'm like, and then today, the owner made a declaration of changing ownership at the salon, at the nail trimming at the groomer, and then she and her partner are going to focus, Mark, or they're going to focus on their pet spa hotel to board animals, because she was the one that was going to board I was going to board all my dogs with her when I was going to Jessica's funeral, but then it didn't work out that I got to go. So, so they're going to focus on that, but still, I haven't gotten one single response about. So I called another groomer that's closer. It's right up at the blinking light and take a left.
Oh, right up here?
Yeah, it's like right up here, 7 miles. But it's like going from like 3D to 5D. It's a portal as far as I'm concerned, because every time I gotta get supplies or deal with human beings, because it's Touristville, Plasticville, and I don't go into town much. I really don't. I mean, and it's winter too, so I don't really have any desire to go into town. I just got this cool new bed, and I don't really.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I don't know. I hang out with the dogs, and I got stairs, and they all use them. They all use the stairs to get up on the bed. And anyway, so I was thinking about, in the spirit of healing, more and more healing, because we always have an opportunity to check in and see where we are emotionally, spiritually, physically, how are we treating ourselves in all these capacities. And because it's the holidays, and I don't necessarily look at holidays as like the holidays individual. I think Thanksgiving is stupid. I think that it's people acting like people are grateful when they're just really gluttons. I don't know, it's disingenuous. And then the whole Christmas fiasco BS, be D-bags the whole rest of the year, but if you're good this last, sometimes it's all the marketing and all the money stuff that is just freaking making it hard for a lot of people. There's so many people that just have to go, they kill themselves, not literally, figuratively, freaking trying to keep up with how other people live. It's weird. Like trying to compare, make sure their kids get what all the other kids. It's so stupid and dumb. And none of this stuff matters, and none of these people matter in freaking 5 years, how many people are around. I think about how many significant, like, weddings and stuff, how many significant occasions I've been a part of in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk to like 2 people on the phone, pretty regular, and you, Ma, and some people in town. And I think about all the people that I've had brief encounters with in my whole entire life. And it's just like, now it's like, bloop, bloop, but I don't dip on many people's radars much anymore. So, anyway, we had a lot of hard years. And I understand the purpose why people have to have so many hard years and to stay true to who they are. Some people got to be the example, whether it's the good example or the bad example. That's for the receiver. That's for the receiver. That's for the whoever's out there casting the shadow on the cave of me. Yeah. So,
well put.
thanks, Small. And I've been able to release a lot of stuff and a lot of hurt. And I understand that people have to go through a lot of things in life, so that way when they meet somebody that's gone through something that just sucks, you know, that's where the comfort and the healing is, between two people that can relate to one another. Genuinely. That's where, even if it's a very dark, ominous, grotesque event, just to know that somebody else has gone through that darkness, that's where that seed of hope is planted. So if people want to overcome things, that is a very good starting point. Yeah, so that's why I share. That's why I tell people, yeah, I was raped when I was a baby, because more and more people, this is happening. It's coming out more and more and more and more. I want people to know that, that can happen to you, and you can grow up, and you can go to college if you want, or if you don't, you don't have to, or, you can have a lot, you can, put a lot of effort into people. You can go to Broadway show, you can travel, you can be a part of the United States Air Force. You can do whatever you want. You can, just because that happens doesn't mean that, you can't have a freaking fruitful, productive life. And I think a lot about, I don't really have a lot of relationships with people. It's not from lack of effort. And the more I think about it, I am very selective anyway. So probably it's more of my doing than anybody else's choosing. You know what I mean? It's like I got a lot of energy. I divvy it out in a lot of different places. So it's like, I don't even see people that just be like on the street, like, hey man, you'd be really cool. Because if I did, I'd say it. I'd be like, hey, you look like you'd be cool to hang out with. What are you about? Yeah, where are you from? Yeah, what do you, because I talk to everybody. I talk to anybody. I'm a talker.
You've always been that way. A talker.
Even when I talk funny? My name is Marge. I'm a girl.
No, you don't talk funny.
I worked hard. Flashcards? I hate flashcards. Hate flashcards, but I would diligently do flashcards because I was totally do flash, and that's how you got better. And I didn't want my dad to yell at me, because he used to yell at me when I didn't talk right. I remember one time he freaking he freaking yelled at me, and I was just like, I don't even understand why, it's my, and then I put it together later. My own, how I think of, when he was younger, he had a speech impediment.
He did?
Yeah. To the point that his sister, Andrea, forever went by Gia because he couldn't say Andrea.
Oh.
So because he couldn't say it, she got a new name. And so I got yelled at because I had a speech impediment, and I was getting over mine.
Oh my gosh, Margie.
What are you gonna do?
One day at a time.
Yeah, tough love, man. I remember the place I was, and none of these things are significant today, except that, I don't know, the behavior today still perpetuates the heart space behind the words back then.
Yeah.
For 2 out of these, but doesn't mean that heart spaces can't change in life. But I remember when all 3, Mom, Dad, and Jerry all said, just because we're related doesn't mean I have to love you.
Who said that?
You, Jerry, and Greg. You were the last one. But it was, yeah. See, so I was just like, I've been given tough love. And then I grow up, and then people are like, why are you so hard to love? I'm like, what? I don't even understand what you're saying. Who bothers? Not very many people. I can tell the people who haven't gotten a lot of love, you know? I see them in the world and I acknowledge them.
That's nice.
Yeah, I acknowledge them. We have a moment.
That's very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Everybody's gone through something. But you know what, though? A lot of people have. There's a lot of people that haven't. There are a lot of people. They just said that there's 8 billion people on the planet. I think that is such a load of horse crap. There is no way there's 8 billion people on this planet after the last few years and how people keep dropping like flies and how people aren't even producing. Not a lot of people are even having kids, like millennials and stuff like that. They're like, no, we don't want to do the marriage thing and stuff. It's not happening as rampant and it's not as popular as it was. We're not in that. It's not, no, people are want to just, or they just want to go around and do lots of stuff or whatever, but it's not, no. Nope, no way there's that many, and there's no way there's any bureaucrat, any federal agency, any freaking organization, any technology, any software that exists that is gonna freaking be able to freaking count every freaking person on the, it's not a thing. It's not, I mean, unless they've been freaking counting the 800,000 people that have been going missing every year for the last 20, 30, 40 years, however long it's been going on since the beginning, you know. They always fudge the numbers, man. That's what the freaking, that's what they do up there. They make stories that they want everybody, us down here, to believe. And then through all of this malarkey, of which they give us, there are these pockets of islands of truth here and there, based on people like me that have life experience, that have seen these things, eyewitness, eye accounts, you know, and I've taken a lot of pictures in my life, you know, and there are people up here that are freaking making it hard for everybody else, and these powers have the potential to shift, but people got to find their stuff inside. People got to find their own personal fight, their own desire for freedom. And supposedly it's happening in Belize or Brazil. Which one is that? I don't know. I see stuff, but I don't know if it's true, but it'd be nice if it's true. You know, all these uprisings of the people going, no, we're not taking it anymore. We're not going to take this anymore. We don't want to live like this. We don't want your imposed lifestyle. We don't want to do what you want us to do because you feel like it, you crazy, looped up, wet brain drunkard or narcissist or freaking pervert or whatever, because they all got stuff on each other. And I can't wait till more of this stuff starts coming out. Which it has, so that's cool. That's cool. So, and I think about all the people that I've come across their radar, and their lives have just been like, wow. Everyone needs to know that they exist. Everyone needs to know about freaking Barbie and how when she grew up, her parents freaking hacked up her little brother. She wrote a paper on it in school and read it in English class. And, you know, a lot of people have really terrible things that happen, and society needs to stop ignoring us. Like we don't exist and we don't matter. Because they want to live in a bubble, a la-la land, where they can go down and freaking spend a week at Disney World and live in this fairy tale place that just doesn't exist. And then they try to chase the same experiences year after year after year. Don't make other people live in your redundancy. I don't miss it, man. Every day I'm grateful more and more. It's like, my spirit is getting a little bit brighter from being freaking in reserve for the last 2 years. And this place is just so pretty. I go outside and just it feels good, and I can hear the water running across the road, the trickle, the stream, and the fresh air. And last couple mornings there's been ice on the trees, yeah, on the trees. And then I got a couple pictures of I got this one. You know what? I'll use it for the thumbnail tomorrow. It was cool. Burp. Yeah, I should have used that for the thumbnail today. But I haven't felt like taking pictures in a while, and I'm starting to feel like taking pictures again. So, everything's just in cycles, you know? What goes around comes around. And I'm getting this place more and more in order. Although, what did I do today? I didn't do much. Tomorrow I gotta take Tucker to a new spot. $25 to have a dog's nails trimmed, man.
Really?
Yeah. It's $20 and then $5 extra for the Dremel, and he does better with the Dremel. So.
What's the Dremel?
It spins. It's like a little mini sander.
Oh,
It's round, and they trim his nails with that.
So
yeah, I just hope. Yeah. He's used to it. He was really good. The other people were good. They were just going through a lot of transitions, and I need my dog's nails trimmed. Yeah, so. And this place is closer, because that other place is like, it's like 12. No, it's in town, and we live out farther.
Oh.
So. It's just a straight shot. And I get to drive 60 miles an hour, which hasn't happened much in the 2 years I've had that van. So, anyway,
You take good care of it.
yeah. Well, I get it's oil changes. Stan Lee is really liking being an only cat again. He really is digging it, huh? You're the best cat in the world, Stan Lee.
Don't mess with
Kitty. The old landlord, I got messages that she's keeping the little cat that I was worried about leaving.
Oh,
She
really?
fell in love with it, and it lets her pet. Yeah, it does it. I said it's so cute because I give it kisses, and it would give me headbutts. It would lift its headbutt into my face for kisses.
Oh.
I said it gives headbutts for kisses. She said it doesn't do it for her, and I was like, "That's right, bitty bit." But I'd keep them all if I could. I really would. I just love. So that's the thing is I've always been in support positions. Like when I was in the Air Force, I was aerospace ground equipment, flight line support. Got to see a lot of cool crap. And and then I went into IT support.
What is that?
Information technology, computer support.
Oh,
So
wow.
I always like to know the behind the scenes and how things operate and run, and and what happens if things break. And I've been tracking supply chain stuff for 20 something years.
That's a long time.
Yep.
Long time.
So anyway, you're a good boy, Kitty Meow. You're such a big cat. Can I just love it so much. Then leave my house, tiger. He said, "Put me down emergically."
He likes to watch that.
Oh, knocked over our multivitamins. Thanks for stopping by, Stanley. He's such a cool cat, man. He's got just a really great disposition, too.
Presents all of his own.
You're a good boy, huh? He's like 8 or 9. I've only been like annoyed with him like 2 times. Like, stop it! Like, why are you doing that? And obviously I can't even remember what the occasion was, huh? See, I remember the vibration of things, I live by how people feel. My whole life I've gone by how things feel, I don't even want to go there. It doesn't smell good. You know? I'm nacho neurotypical. I'm one of those. And so and the older I get, oh, Mom doesn't have you don't have a sense of smell much since you had a stroke. That was one of the things that left with the old version of yourself. And but I get more and more sensitive. So and it's like, I gotta be careful about when I even go to the grocery store, because I'm finding now when I go and it's like all these people are there.
Yeah.
They all have this, they're tourists and shit, and they think they fucking smell good with their fucking nasty ass fragrances, and it just I gotta breathe through my mouth.
Are these old?
Yeah, all ages, it don't matter, but it's too much. And these dudes with their freaking body, whatever, it's too much. Whatever you're doing, take it down about freaking 2/3. Do about 1/3 of what you're doing. You'll be all right. Just subtle's okay, man, but it's nasty. Oh, you're such a handsome cat, Stanley. Stanley. Kitty, kitty, meow, meow. You're such a good boy. I was testing the other DVD player, and I put in Under a Tuscan Sun, which we watch maybe once a year. I'll get an inkling, because I remember where I was the first time I watched it, and I was like, it was like a good alignment, like life was good then. And then, so when I rewatch it, I revisit how it felt then when I first watched it. So, and it's like that. I got a lot of stuff like that with food, you know. Oh, I got a craving, you know. Like what? Okay, and it's a lot of it's conditioning too. Okay, because I'd go to coffees and stuff in the fall when I lived in Omaha. There's a lot of football parties. Even though I hated football, I'd still go for the fellowship, even if I didn't stay. And there's a lot of art shows, a lot of occasions where there's, oh look, little hors d'oeuvres with mini sausages and cheese and crackers, you know. And then so it's because they're like a fall thing. It's a fall thing. So now fall comes up, and I'm craving mini sausages, cheese and crackers, stuff like that. And so I'm trying to cook more so we're snacking less. And it's working out all right so far. Trying to have better habits, you know. You get a new start, either you just get to act the same way you were before the new start and then try to adjust and modify, or you can do things better, different than you were the last place you were at. I like to use it as opportunities for growth, but I haven't always done a good job. Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes I don't have the energy, because the way my placements are, it's like if I'm excited about something, I can go on 3-4 hours of sleep, you know. Like how when people are twiddle-pated, when they're in love, that beginning, you know, and everything's all that excitement. You don't eat much. You can go on very well. I do that about just like new hobbies, you know, if the conditions are right. I've been under a lot of stress the last few years, and I've been healing. I have, and my body's changing. I'm reaching the next level of my life, and my body's changing, and I'm up to 100 on each now. Finally, we haven't been here a month quite. Couple weeks, and I'm up to 100 again. Because I had to go up and weight, because the weight that I used the last couple years belongs to the kid that is moving back into the trailer. So I had to leave the weight. So I got another one, but this one's 20 pounds, and the other one I think was 18.
Oh.
So just that 2 pounds, though, it took me like, whoa! It was,
That's a lot of weight.
it's not a lot, but it was enough to make me notice, and that I had to start slow with like 50 on each side
Start slowly working out.
and work up again to what I went, and I just am starting to where I can do it. Because I just do it as fast as I can. That's the fun part about it, is I'll bust out with 100 as fast as I can. And I don't know. I haven't been. I've only done it. I've only done it a few times. I haven't. And then like yesterday, I took the day off, and because I've been trying to do other stuff. But anyway, I'm trying to be consistent in that too. Who says Cancer Rising like redundancy and doing the same things over and over? Huh, Stanley? And if that is true, my other places override it and do not like it more. You are such a cool cat, and you're so soft and lovey and affectionate. This cat behind me, this is Sita Ray. I was looking at timeline stuff, and I got Sita Ray and Tucker on the same day, years apart, November 14th. And then Sita Ray died unexpectedly. I had to have him put down from a respiratory infection that derived from years before the fucking Orkin man, the bug man. I requested that they use the pump spray and not the aerosol, and I wasn't there to designate, and I had Mom in charge, and he used aerosol, and fucking Stanley got fucking deathly sick, and yeah. I mean, not Stanley, Sita Ray. Sita Ray, before Stanley. Sita Ray. And he was like, I mean, he was like, I will never have a cat. I had him declawed, and I cry. If I think about, I'll cry about it. Now I'll never do that to another animal again. I'm sorry. That was a lesson I learned. I'm sorry. I won't do it. Don't declaw your cats. Let them just ruin your shit. Your shit ain't that important. They're not on the planet long enough. They're cooler than your shit. You know. Don't mutilate cats. Don't do it. I will speak out against it. And I'm sorry. And so he was always off. You know, he was always a little. So he wasn't really terribly affectionate, and I do have a scar from him. From his teeth. So yeah, but he's up there at the Rainbow Bridge with all the rest of them, you know, with all the rest of them waiting with Sass. I did get Sassy's mom's calendar back, Ma. I got your calendar. I'm past the 30. I've been talking too long. I've been running my mouth. I don't know where it is right now. I'll find it and then I'll put it out because it's so darn cute. And I can't see because the lighting's all jacked up. It's so darn cute. I got Mom's Sassy calendar with all the pictures of Sass in it. Huh. Yeah, so anyway. There's a lot of people on this planet that have had freaking hard situations in their life. You know? And they're just so closed up, they don't even want to talk about it. So they're not even going to let anybody know that, you know, they won't even offer anybody a chance to relate to them. And maybe that's changing. Because things aren't going to get better until people start addressing stuff. They're not going to get better if people just keep ignoring stuff. And I am seeing more stuff in the mainstream media about, you know, things that I have found to be true for a long time. You know, people are starting to, because other people are talking about it. People that matter. So that's alright as long as people are talking about it and they're waking up to that you've been given an idea of how life should be lived, and people have their own course, and they don't, and those ideas aren't good enough for everybody. And there's a lot of people. I was getting excited tonight. The kid next door, he's a kid. He's old. He's in his 30s. Everybody's a kid. He had a table saw out there earlier when I was taking the garbage cans back in. Huh?
Is it a small one? Or
Yeah, it was a small one, but small enough. I mean, you could still do a substantial. I got the round saws. I got saws too, right?
So you could
But
do
he has. But so I could, I could let him use mine.
Uh-huh.
Potentially, we could have woodworking day because he likes to woodwork too. And I was thinking about it today, and because I always visualize stuff in my head,
First.
and and then I'll write it down, and then I'll try to do it, eyeball stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been wanting to make these dog beds for a long time. Have a place, and now we got a place because there's a double carport out here, and I only got one car, and she said I get to use both sides, so I got my generator, and I can just wheel that down the ramp, and then I can run all my power tools off that and make my dog bed. Dog on it. Those I even have it drawn out how to make the labels to put on it. And what I'll do is I'll make 3 or 4 of them and take them to local coffee shops because people are always bringing their mutts. And offer to give them display, and if people want to buy them, they're like, I'll sell them like $120. I mean, with the material, I don't know. Actually, that's what I'd like to do. Well, yeah, I could probably keep them, but I don't need to make a lot of money, and I could sell them because I mean they're cool. I got my prototype of the one I made before, and I even use like fence post upside down for the feet. They're cool, And now I'm older, and I've been thinking more about how I'd make them, and if I wanted to do leather detail and all that stuff, you could put the dog's name on it, whatever you want, all that stuff. There, I mean, I got excited because what you do is you just tell me what size your dog bed is, and then I make the frame, and then you throw your dog bed in it. They're basically like platform beds for dogs, and then I can the feet I can make tall enough that you could even put a piece of glass over, so that you could slide underneath when it's not being used, or maybe storage might be I don't know. Someone have to put it away in the closet or something like that. But you could use it as a table too, in case you had friends over. You could put chips and dip, or play cards, or whatever. Functional pet furniture. I've been thinking about this stuff for years, man. So that'd be cool, because people will say, "Oh yeah, it's a cool bed," "Oh yeah, Heyoka, Marge the Heyoka, she makes those. She's the local lady around here. She makes those. That'd be cool. That's what I got for now. Hope you have a